everyone, welcome to my channel Meals with Abby. In today's video I'll be showing you how to make this delicious, very easy, super moist chocolate cake at home. If you're new to my channel, please do also hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get notified whenever I post new videos. Now let me show you how to make this delicious chocolate cake. The first thing we're going to be doing is to talk about measurement. As a beginner or even as a pro, you always need to measure your ingredients to make sure that your bake comes out really good. No matter what it is you're baking, you always need to measure. And there are 3 items you can use to measure your ingredients when baking. You can either use a measuring scale, which is what I'm showing you on the screen. It has the on and off, and this way you have to use the grams to measure. The next item, and which is the most popular in my opinion, is the set of measuring cups. This usually comes in different sizes in a particular set. So you have the 1 cup, you have half a cup, you have quarter cup. It also comes in a set of measuring spoons that help you measure smaller ingredients like your salt, your vanilla extract, your baking soda, and so much more. It comes in quarter teaspoon, half teaspoon, tablespoon, and all of that. The last measuring item is going to be the measuring cup, and this has the ml section for when you want to measure liquid like your milk, your oil, and it comes in ml. And it also has the cup section. This can be a bit tricky when you're measuring dry ingredients, so I prefer to use this measuring cup for liquid ingredients like your milk, your oil. So these are all the items you can use to measure your ingredients when you're baking. Now that you've seen that, let me show you how to properly measure using a measuring scale. Firstly, you need to ensure that your measuring scale is placed on a flat surface. You don't want it tilted left or right, so that you can get the exact and the correct measurement of what it is you want to weigh. Turn on your scale, and you're going to take the bowl you want to use to put your dry ingredients inside. Now I'm using a glass bowl, and you can see it is already in line 14. You have to press on that tar, and it's going to take it back to 0. The reason for doing this is because you are still going to put your dry ingredients into this bowl, and for you to get the correct measurement, if you do not press that tar, whatever you add is going to add to the weight of the bowl and the ingredients, and it's not going to help you get the exact measurement or the exact weight for your ingredients. So when you press this, it's going to go back to 0. Now let me show you guys. If I lift this bowl, I'm going to get minus 914. Can you see this? So when you put back the bowl, it goes back to 0. Now let's measure the flour. So you're going to add any ingredients you want to put inside using the measurements that's given to you for the bake. So this, I'm going to be using 250 grams of flour, and then I'm just going to put it until I get the exact measurement. And this is how to measure using a measuring scale. Now let's do another example with the cocoa powder. Next, I'll be showing you how to measure using a measuring cup. Now, you don't want to dip your cup straight into your bowl of flour and then just scoop it. You want to incorporate some kind of air in it. That's why I scooped, I poured back, or you can use your hand to put it into the cup. If you think your measurement is done, then you are wrong. You don't want to see any extra bulging at the top, then it has passed 1 cup. You're going to get any flat item and just scrape out the excess on the top. And this is how you get the perfect measurement using these measuring cups. You want to ensure that it is rightly 1 cup, and this is how to measure. No extra, no jara. The same rule applies when you're trying to measure with the measuring spoon. You don't want to have extra at the top. Ensure that you scrape out any excess coming out on the top, and that's how to measure. Now that you know how to measure, let's get straight to the business of the day. Our yummy chocolate cake. The first thing you want to do is to get your sifted flour. You guys, it is really important to sift your flour. This flour was already sifted. Now I'm going to be sifting my cocoa powder also. I'll leave all the measurements in the description box, definitely. So I added cocoa powder, added baking soda, baking powder, and salt, and I'm just going to go ahead to sift it. This is why you should sift your flour, guys. Can you see all of those lumps? If you do not take them away, it's going to affect the outcome of your cake. Using a whisk, go ahead to combine the cocoa powder and the flour together properly. Next, you're going to be adding in your sugar. Combine the sugar and the flour together. Once you are sure that it is properly combined, now it's time to add the wet ingredients. I told you guys this is an easy cake. Everything goes in one bowl. Now you add your beaten eggs, add your oil, add your buttermilk. To make your own buttermilk, just add some vinegar or lemon into your cup of milk. Leave it to sit for a while and you're good. Next, you're going to add some vanilla extract and you want to give this a really good mix. Ensure you combine the wet and the dry ingredients properly. You don't want the dry ingredients settling at the bottom. So give this a really good mix and combine. At this point, your batter is going to have this consistency, thick and looking nice. But this is not the consistency you want for your moist chocolate cake. You're going to add 1 cup of hot coffee. So you want the coffee to be hot. And then you're going to combine this with your batter. Once you're done, you're going to have a runny consistency. And this is what you want to get your chocolate cake. So do not fear. This is the perfect consistency. Now that this is done, our batter is all ready. Once the batter is done, the next thing you need to prepare is your baking pan. I'm going to be using 2 6-inch baking pan because I want to layer my cake. If you're using one, you can use a bigger pan or a wider pan. That is going to work for this recipe. And if you want to use 1 6-inch pan, then all you have to do is to slash the recipe in 2. Now I'm going to be showing you guys how to prepare your pan. You're going to take butter or your spray oil, just rub it all over the pan, and then you're going to be doing this for the 2 pans. Also guys, I'm going to be showing you that there are 2 methods on how to coat your pan. The first method is using a parchment paper or a brown paper. After coating your pan with butter, then you're going to take your pre-cut parchment paper, the one that you cut into the size of the pan, and then you're going to place it at the bottom. You also place at the sides of the pan also so that your cake comes out easily. The next method is butter and flour. You're just going to add some flour into the pan after rubbing the butter on it, and then just gently spread it around the pan. Because I am doing chocolate cake, or because we are making chocolate cake, I used cocoa powder to avoid any white residue from the flour. Share the batter equally into the 2 pans, or if you're using 1 pan, just pour the batter into your pan. It is very important to turn on your oven before you start to mix your ingredients. A preheated oven is really important in baking. Tap your baking pan on your workspace or your kitchen counter to take out the air bubbles before you place them in the oven. Now it's time to bake. You're going to place this in your oven for about 35 to 45 minutes or until a skewer is inserted and comes out clean. And you guys, I'm going to leave the temperature in the description box, so check it out. Insert the skewer in the middle to ensure that it is fully done because the middle takes the longest to bake. Allow this to sit for a few minutes, and then after a few minutes you're going to flip it to take out the cake. This first one is the one that we did not use a parchment paper for, which is just cocoa powder and butter. And let's see how it looks. This is the outcome, guys. It is looking neat and flawless, looking really nice. Next is the one with the parchment paper. Once you flip, gently remove the parchment paper from the cake. You want to do this gently and not roughly, just in case the parchment paper is stuck in between. Your cake is not going to crumble because it is still hot. So this is what it is looking like once you take out the parchment paper. Now tell me guys, do you see any difference, and which outcome do you prefer, the one without parchment paper or the one with the parchment paper? Let me know in the comment section. Now go ahead to serve and enjoy your chocolate cake if this is how you want to have it. If you want to keep it moist for long, just wrap it in a cling film and store in your refrigerator. It's going to stay moist and not dry out. Next thing we're going to be making is the frosting for this cake because we are making a birthday cake. Remember guys, for the frosting you're going to take your room temperature softened butter, place it in a bowl, and then you're going to whisk it till it turns from yellow to a pale white color. I'm going to leave all the measurements in the description box guys, so do well to check it out. Once your butter is looking creamy and really soft, you're going to add in the icing sugar, add your sifted cocoa powder, add in your salt, vanilla extract, milk. Combine everything together using your hand whisk. Go from low to high speed, and once you achieve this light brown color and your frosting is stiff peaked, then it is ready. To get it thicker, just store it in the refrigerator. It's going to solidify the more. Now it's time to decorate our cake. You're going to take the top and turn it upside down because you want to use this flat surface to spread your frosting. Place your frosting on it and then just spread it around. Remember guys, we are beginners, there is no perfection. Just do your best to spread the frosting as much as you can, guys. Then you're going to take the other cake and then place the flat bottom, place it on this part of the cake, and this is what we have. Now you can go ahead to add your frosting. This top is not very flat, and because I want to work with a flatter surface, I'm going to trim this cake a bit. You do not have to do this, you can just place your frosting. But if you want it to look a bit more put together, just trim out the part that's bulging so you have a flat surface to work with. Add your frosting and spread it around anyhow you like and anyhow you can. And we're done decorating, guys. Tell me what you think about this cake. How does it look? It's not supposed to be a perfect cake, but it kind of looks put together. Clean the edges and take out all the excess frosting on the surface that you're going to be using. To make the cake less boring, you can add a candle, a cake topper, cherries like I am doing, strawberries, sprinkles, chocolate chips, shredded chocolate, however you want to have it. I just cut through this cake and it is looking incredibly soft, very crumbly, really moist, and the taste is just a burst of flavors. If you're going to be trying this, let me know in the comment section. I can bet that you'll be baking your next birthday cake or the birthday cake of someone that you love. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, drop a comment in the comment section, let me know what kind of cake you want me to show you next, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.